Good evening, everyone. This is Michael with Faith Over Fear Off-Road. This is the 15th day of Reason for the Season. Today we're in Matthew 1:18 through 25. In Jesus, God has fulfilled the greatest promise of all, His promise that the Messiah was coming. The book of Matthew provides us with one of the most familiar accounts in the Bible of the birth and infancy of Jesus. Now, after Jesus was born in Bethlehem of Judah, in the days of Herod the king, behold, wise men from the east came to Jerusalem, saying, Where is he, who has been born King of the Jews? For we saw the star when it rose, and have come to worship him. When Herod the king heard this, he was troubled, and all of Jerusalem with him. And assembling all the chief priests and scribes of the people, he inquired of them where the Christ was to be born. They told him, In Bethlehem of Judah, for so it was written by the prophet. And you, O Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, are by no means least among the rulers of Judah. For from you shall come a ruler, who will shepherd my people Israel. Matthew 21, 1-6. Don't let the familiarity of the account cause you to rush over its hope-giving glory. When Herod went to Old Testament scholars to inquire where the promised Messiah was to be born, they had no problem answering. They immediately quoted Micah 5:2. Now pause and think about this for a moment. It's not just that the Messiah's birth was promised in a general, non-specific way. The promise of God made through the prophet Micah made generations before was specific, down to the exact town in which he would be born. The King of Kings wouldn't have a regal birth in a royal place in Jerusalem with an adoring court at his cradle. No, the hope of the world would be born in the town of Bethlehem to a mother and father who were far from the royalty of that day. Every detail of Jesus' birth was part of God's plan before the foundations of the earth were set into place. So the promises and prophecies of his birth were detailed and specific. God is not like a fortune teller, delivering a safe, generic prediction. No, these promises were made by the Lord of heaven and earth, who rules everything, everywhere, all the time. You see, the promises of God are only as good as the extent of his sovereignty, because he can guarantee the delivery of his promises only in situations over which he has ruled. Because he rules everything, everywhere, all the time. However, his promises are specific and rock solid. The specifically of God's promise about where the Messiah would be born is a picture of how infinitely confident God is in his own ability to do whatever he has said he will do, wherever he said he will do it, and whenever he knows the time is right. You can bank on and build your life upon the promises of God. He has the power, willingness, and authority to do everything he has promised to do. It is so good to know that you can absolutely trust he will do what he said he will do. Indeed, O God, how good it is to know that you are absolutely trustworthy. You have promised in your word that you will do marvelous things. And I know that, marvelous things, and I know that you will do what you have said you will do. Thank you for sending your Son at just the right time in order to accomplish your perfect sovereign will for the world that you have made. Thank you for claiming me as his own, as your own. In his name, I come. Amen. Thank y'all for joining us again tonight. Please, if you have any comments, questions, or prayers, please let us know. We would love to pray with you. Thank y'all, and God bless, and see you tomorrow.